Hi, I'm licensed debt adjuster Damian Falcone. In this video, we will discuss another common debt service that is available to you. Today we will look at credit counseling agencies. This is Get Settled, your source for consumer debt settlement information. As always, for even more information, go to www.falconcreditmanagement.com. Credit counseling agencies should provide a wide range of services, educational opportunities, and budgeting and repayment plans. These agencies attempt to set up low-interest repayment plans so borrowers can pay off credit card debt over time, normally a few years. Most agencies receive a large portion of their revenues from your creditors and a small portion from upfront fees they collect from you. The benefits to this service are: 1, they provide a simple plan that is easy to understand, and 2, they are typically a less expensive provider of simple debt restructuring services. Unfortunately, there are a few negative details, which are: 1, they typically only work on unsecured debts such as credit cards. If you are having trouble with your mortgage, you would likely need to go to a different service provider for a loan modification. The main problem with this situation is, let's say for example you have $25,000 in credit card debt, and you're upside down in your house $150,000. Both service providers should be in communication and agreement on your plan for moving forward. The fact that you're upside down on your house changes what your budget and payment should be for your credit cards. For example, you may be offered to completely pay off the $25,000 in credit cards for one $5,000 payment. Your credit counselor may correctly tell you if it gets charged off and sent to collection, you will likely have an offer to settle at greater than 50%, not 20%. So the credit counselor thinks it's a good idea, and you do it. Then your housing counselor suggests you file bankruptcy. You unnecessarily spent $5,000. Many times this situation is unavoidable, and at that point you should perform a risk-reward analysis. Typically in a situation like our example, you have 4 potential outcomes. 1, you pay the $5,000 and receive an acceptable loan modification on your home. 2, you don't pay the $5,000 and don't receive an acceptable loan modification and decide to file bankruptcy. 3, you pay the $5,000 and don't receive an acceptable loan modification and decide to file bankruptcy. And 4, you don't pay the $5,000 and then receive an acceptable loan modification and then end up paying more than $12,500 to settle the credit cards. This is never an easy decision, but it's definitely a decision your counselor should be able to help you with. The second negative detail is the funds they receive from your creditors, known as fair share. These can easily be a conflict of interest since the credit counseling agent negotiating with your creditors receives their paycheck from your creditors. In the event bankruptcy is the financially responsible choice for you, the agency may be reluctant to give it necessary attention since it's not in the interest of your creditors. And third, the credit bureaus will most likely report repayment plan, which typically will prevent you from being seen as creditworthy from any issuers of unsecured credit. So in summation, 1, they provide a simple plan that is easy to understand. And 2, they are typically a less expensive provider of simple debt restructuring services. Unfortunately, they may not provide all the services you require. They may have an unavoidable conflict based on receiving payment from your creditors. And 3, the relationship will likely have a negative effect on your credit report for the length of the repayment agreement, which can last for years. In our next episode, we will discuss debt settlement companies. Until then, I'm Damian Falcone, and this is Get Settled.